All right, guys, this guy rolled in. I didn't hear the engine running, and then I look underneath, and you got those big motors down there. It's electric. I'm John.
Paul.
Paul, nice to meet you. Tell me about this thing. What year car is this?
So it's a 1940 Chevy Coupe, and it's a Tesla large drive unit, the base version. So that would have been in the back of any of the Model S or X that just had a number. So like the 85 and 90. The same motor with a slightly different power electronics would have been in all the performance ones as well. And then the batteries are two Chevy Volts, the hybrid ones. Okay. They have about the same power density as a Tesla
series,
battery.
Or
The two batteries are run in parallel, but each battery is made up of sets of cells in series.
So what volt does the motors run on?
So it runs on 400 volts maximum. So essentially the range is between around 310 and 400.
Is it AC? Is that what
the batteries supply DC, and then it's an AC motor with an inverter. Yeah. So the 2 volt packs together can put out as much power as a Tesla battery, but not as much range. So realistic, I'm still in the tuning and finishing up the build process.
He's got a tune. So,
but
can you charge at a regular charging station?
Yeah.
What?
Well, I'm still working on fast charging. There's some gremlins there, but I was over at the Raleigh Cars and Coffee this morning and I had the AC charging plugged in.
Oh, cool. That place is getting busy there, huh?
Yeah, the one over at Echo it was not. I was there early and it was still, it was already, inside was packed and the lots were
filled up. Yeah, that's what happened last time. So we went to Rockingham, and I was behind one of these that had a V8 in it. It was really smoking too. But it was cool to see him on the track, because it was like, from the day, it was a race car back then.
Yeah. Well, the goal is for it to be a streetable drag car. I'm hoping to run the Point Series at Rock, and I'd like to run some drag and drive events like Drag Week and Sick Week, but still have to sort out some of the charging problems. But the range is pretty limited, realistically, in good weather, about 80-90 miles. When it's colder, that drops. Not too terribly, but enough to cause issues. It'll eventually will have thermal management for the batteries, so that you can heat and cool them depending on the day, but plumbing that is a bit of a nightmare, so it hasn't happened yet. It already has cooling for the motor and inverter and for the AC charger.
Very cool. I think it'd be neat to have like electric assist even on my car, you know. But,
well, I'm looking forward to the Dodge EV muscle car. I think that out of everyone, they'll do it right.
I think, that's going to be...
I think listening to it and knowing the sound of this motor, that whole sound they're fabricating really is them amplifying the motor in it. Because it sounds a lot like this.
And it's...
They've boosted the bass to the moon, but it's clearly AC motor noise. So
that's cool, You
know, most of the noise this makes is the whole body just rattling and shaking, but... it's going to happen in an old car.
So I got to tell you, like the whole thing with electric, there's a big dialer back and forth, whether or not, or whether it does helps with the environment, who the hell knows. But I'll tell you one thing I like about the electric cars, because we were looking at these things when they first came out and they were all shit. But my wife doesn't like stopping at gas stations.
Yeah.
They're nasty, they're dirty, and if she could, cause the amount of driving she does, she could just charge it at home. So it would be, she'd charge it at home and never have to stop at a gas station. So that's kind of what. So we're gonna keep gas cars, but we'd like to have one electric car.
Yeah.
You know, and
Well, I know some of the cars that I'll have will stay gas, and some of them will be conversions. And this one, you know, the body. In some places the body is great, and in other places it's got, you know, this is the thinnest Bondo on the car.
So, you know, we all like that V8 sound and everything, but people turn around and say, oh, well, they like the Hellcats and they listen to that supercharger. That you don't hear no V8, you're hearing So, you know, what is it? I don't know. But
Wildcat. Oh yeah. Well, and for me, I work with sound for a living, so I need my hearing.
Do you do installs or tuning?
I do consulting for architects for sound isolation, room acoustics, mechanical noise control.
Sweet, sweet, because I got
More
my
in the background.
I got my twin PB3000s, and I ran Rue, and I was horrified at all the artifacts. Yeah. So here's the inside.
Which is nice because it means I got disc brakes all around.
Oh, okay. So you are doing the whole suspension and everything over.
Yeah, I had to put a 05 GTO rear suspension under it
Okay.
to get independent suspension.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And narrow it, and ended up with that one because all the suspension mounting points are forward of the axle since the motor hangs behind it.
So where's the differential? Is it in the motor itself?
So it's all packaged as one unit, sort
Right.
of T-shaped, and the gearbox is in the middle, and yeah, it's got a differential in there from the factory. It's an open diff. I need to put a limited slip in it.
Yeah.
But, and there are a couple limited slips available for it. But yeah, it's fixed ratio. There are a couple EVs out there that have multiple gears. The Porsche Taycan does. Dodge says theirs will.
So other people are doing this too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the one that's a closest match to this. Guy actually just sold it, but he built a E30 convertible with the same batteries and same motor, and that was quick. But you know, there's the components to control it.
Yeah.
A guy in Ireland did the reverse engineering and hacking of it.
So what's up front? Are there batteries up front?
No, because I want to drag race it, I put all the weight in the back, and I built one in college that had the motor in the front and the batteries in the back, and I got very nervous about the power cables running under my seat.
Right.
So right now they're all back there. But under the hood is just cooling.
Oh.
Let's see if it'll open. It's been difficult lately.
Look at that.
So
Put a keg
it has
in
a
there.
12-volt system, and then it's got cooling for the motor and for the charger. Eventually, the circuit will have the batteries tied into it as well.
It's an invisible Hemi.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I had a funny photo at one point of my dog sitting under there, and it had one dog power.
Well, I didn't have a trunk, I guess.
Yeah, you could make this the frunk, right? The frunk.
It may end up that I need to put a slightly shorter and much softer spring in it, because
the
there's no weight up here right now.
Yeah, you gotta lower it.
It bounces. I like the stance, but it needs like an inch out of it.
This one runs on gasoline. And no wipers, we noticed that.
Yeah, yeah. I'll wipe it off and be fine. I don't live that far.
Look at that.
But yeah, there's a beautiful Z28 there this morning. Yeah.
Look at that. That's beautiful right there.
And there was a non-Z28.
I've seen before. When I lead you to the dance floor, you should know I hope for more. There's a side of me I don't know if I'm willing to let go. If I seem to be distracted, I will not put on a show. Time flies when you're chasing. Just find a way to ignite it. Ever since we parted, I've been trying to ignore all the racing that you started. They don't bring me down no more. I'm just trying to find some control of the mess here in my head. If I'd only cared for your soul, we'd be lovers now instead.
thing with the Pontiac is those scoops. I don't like my Firebird Formula had those twin scoops. That was just really cool. As you're coming down the highway and you see those scoops coming at you. Mine were fake scoops too, but convertible, oh, nice. Corvair.
Bailey the car, but he hasn't
The
dragged
inside
it
here,
set
you haven't
up.
seen that in a while?
And he still drives like on the street with that, and he says it's fine. So eventually.
Alright guys, checking out here, we're leaving the meet. So thanks for watching, have a great day, and be sure to like, subscribe so you don't miss anything. Alright, later.